How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be going through some advanced hitting tips in MLB The Show 21. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. To give you a little bit of background information, we are going to be hopping into two different game modes, the first being Battle Royale and the second being the event. So both of these games will be played on All-Star difficulty. But I want to take you through some slow motion PCI placement, some things that I look for while I'm playing the game, because oftentimes when we're trying to make adjustments at the plate, we have to make those adjustments in the moment depending on the opponent that we're playing. So here we are able to smack a cutter low and inside. If you notice, I was sitting on the inside half. I usually sit on the inside half depending on where the opponent is throwing me. With that said, here we have an opportunity to pull the baseball, an inside cutter, and I'm on the later side of good, right? One thing to keep in mind with advanced hitting tips is that you always want to be early. I mean, if I was early on either one of these swings, they are probably base hits, right? The PCI was not perfectly on the baseball. But for example, like on this hit right here, I was way more out in front of it. Even though the PCI is not on the ball, my swing path is more in line with the ball pixel that's coming towards the strike zone. With that being said, I want to take you through an entire at-bat. For example, here we have Byron Buxton up. This is the 87 overall live series with extremely low discipline. You're not really likely going to get a check swing with any version of Byron Buxton at the plate. Here we get a fastball, the pitch that I'm looking for, a fastball low and inside, and we tie the game up down to our last 2 outs within this Battle Royale game. Now take a look at my PCI placement. I noticed this opponent was throwing low and away a lot with this left-handed pitcher. So I'm starting to sit low and away, and I make a small minimal adjustment trying to hit that inside pitch. Now if you take a look at it, right, Byron Buxton's discipline is at 37. It's almost like a pitcher. He's going to get every single check swing go against him for a strike, most likely. Now his clutch attribute is also only 66. So when the guy is on second base, the pitcher is most likely has the advantage with that clutch attribute. But the one thing to keep in mind, right, is that no live series quirks were activated in that last swing. To give you some background information about those quirks, right, Byron Buxton plays better on the road. In this game, we're home. He plays better in the daytime, in which we're at a night game, and also hits breaking balls better, in which the opponent threw me a fastball. So that was a great way to attack Byron Buxton, but I feel like if he went with the curve low in the dirt, we get the strikeout, or at least we strike out on a check swing most likely. And these are just things that I'm looking for when making these videos, as well as looking for within the game. So let's go ahead and hop into an event game. This opponent that I played was a very good player. He could really hit the ball, and he also has a lot of good speed hitters at the top of his lineup. He is able to get something going here in the top of the first. I wanted to show you my approach when we are losing the game, right? My approach when I'm losing tends to be a little different from when I'm winning. I start to swing at more pitches. When I have the lead, I'm more aggressive, trying to hit everything in the strike zone. And when I'm losing, I'm trying to be more patient. Now, it doesn't always work out that way, but here we're down 3-0, and we're trying to chip away a little bit. We have the leadoff guy up to bat here, Alfonso Soriano. He's got some good speed. I'm sitting on that fastball inside, trying to hit that first pitch if he throws it. And we are playing with quick counts on, so we might be, in a 2-strike count already. Here we have Byron Buxton up, and I'm just looking to put the ball in play. I have 2 strikes on me, and I know that Byron Buxton, this is the 95 overall Player of the Month version, still has those same quirks, right? He has the breaking ball quirk, he has the day player quirk, and he also has the road quirk, okay? So only the breaking ball quirk is activated here. But look at the PCI. The PCI gets larger as I'm swinging because this is a contact swing. Here we'll go and take it through a little bit slower. Watch at the point of contact. I make contact below the zone, and the PCI enlarges as I hit the ball with the perfect timing on that pitch. Now look at where this pitch is located, right? A ball pixel below the strike zone. The longer you wait on that pitch, the lower your bat is going to swing through the zone. So I want to try and explain all of these things. Now, a lot of these things I've talked about for many, many years in MLB The Show, and it's more prevalent, and these things matter a little bit more from what I've noticed in MLB The Show 21. Anyway, here we have Steve Finley going deep on a fastball, perfect inside. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that Steve Finley has a much higher clutch attribute than Garrett Cole. So maybe this pitch was a mistake, right? Maybe he wasn't trying to throw this pitch there, but you're more likely to get those mistake pitches if your batter has a higher batting clutch than the opponent's pitcher has a higher pitching clutch. Now, that kind of is a little bit confusing, but notice how I had the runner on second base. We're more likely to have that better contact. We're more likely to have an increased exit velocity. Now, here we're losing this game. Fernando Tatis has the rally monkey quirk, so he plays better when we are losing. He also has the first pitch quirk, right? That doesn't come into play because we already have a couple strikes on us with this quick count. But if Byron Buxton probably would have been able to dive and catch that if he had the perfect angle on it, but we end up getting a triple. Here with Babe Ruth, once again, just looking to cash in this tying run. We go with the contact swing. The PCI gets larger as I make contact. I'm on the later side of good, but that ball's hit to the warning track. Now, contact swings in this year's game are much more improved than they have been in previous years. Now, with that said, they might actually nerf it over the next couple of weeks with a couple game updates and patches. But here, we're going to use it again. 3-2 count. JT Realmuto has the unfazed quirk, so he hits better with 2 strikes. And we get a pitch, fastball, low and away, a pitch I was looking for. And we end up hitting a contact swing, no doubt home run. You can tell that the PCI gets a little bit larger. You can tell on the feedback there that that is a larger PCI than you would typically get with this type of hitter against Aroldis Chapman. Now, Aroldis Chapman has a much higher clutch attribute than 67. So in this case, he was overpowering JT Realmuto. But I went with that contact swing. The unfazed quirk certainly helps. And we were tied, so the Rally Monkey quirk isn't activated there. But these are things that I am thinking about while I'm playing. In this situation, we have a 2-run lead. I get a changeup low in the zone. If I have this same exact swing with the timing just in front of that good timing window or that perfect timing window, I feel like that's a no-doubt home run. In this case, we end up getting the perfect and hitting another homer out with Steve Finley, but this PCI placement was much better. Obviously, we hit the perfect in that last situation. Now, here's another tip, right? What if you have a fast runner on first base and you're trying to activate the clutch attribute? Well, if you can steal second, you can more than likely get a pitch right over the middle of the plate and smack it out for a home run. This fastball is center cut, most likely missed his location, and after stealing second base, that clutch attribute is activated. Now, Roberto Osuna is a good, closing pitcher, good relief pitcher to have, but Babe Ruth has a much higher clutch attribute than Roberto Osuna. So these are just things that I wanted to talk about. I've been explaining these types of things since MLB The Show 17. And hopefully you all enjoy my advanced hitting tips in MLB The Show 21. Peace out.